I'm Michael Vorse here again with Rise Digital Marketing Mastery course here. We're on lesson number 16, rounding towards the end here. This is about go for the goal, how to ask for the sale and get it. A lot of people make mistakes with this when it comes to that. And it's not just in a face-to-face scenario, it's also in a marketing scenario. If you don't ask for the sale, if you don't say, hey, we would love your business, you're gonna disable your business in a lot of ways. You really have to ask for the sale. Think about it like a dating scenario or marriage, whatever it may be. If you're being timid and shy and you never want to express how you feel, then that person's going to have a hard time interacting with you, right? So it's no different in sales and marketing. You want to tell people that, hey, you need to buy now. Hey, you need to take a look at this. Hey, you really need to, get this solution, get this, whatever it is you're offering, whatever interest, passion, or idea that you're trying to get out to people. You really need to, get excited about it, pull them in, say, hey, I'd really love for you to give us a try. I'm willing to guarantee it for 30 days or 2 weeks or 1 day, whatever your guarantee is, but get in and buy it now. I know it'll change everything for you just like it did for me. So please, let's buy this now and get on the inside. That's asking for the sale is incredibly powerful, and I'll break down all the strategy behind it and how to do it subtly and how to do it in a way that'll get your conversions really probably close to 500% higher just by asking for the sale. So let's jump into lesson number 16 and I'll see you on the inside. Hello, Michael Vorse here. Welcome to lesson number 16 of the Rise Digital Marketing Mastery course. This is Go for the Gold, how to ask for the sale and get it. We're going to learn how to basically ask for action and move forward on action here. So direct response marketing is all about action as well as response. In order to trigger action and response, you must remove all blocks and impediments. So regarding the removal of all blocks and impediments, when creating a marketing offer, you should always design it so that it covers all mental and emotional bases and answers all key questions. So if you want to trigger a response, you need to remove the blocks, remove impediments, and design it so it covers all the mental and emotional bases. In other words, we want to tell our entire story. You want to give the prospect everything they need to know to make a decision before we can ask them to take action. Before we ask them to take action and to buy our product or service, we want to make sure that there isn't anything that we've left out that's going to be stuck inside them. In addition, we want to remove risk to encourage action, and we want to try to reverse that risk if we can. In general, customers always feel that they are taking a big risk for buying anything that costs real money. Spending money feels very dangerous to them, and no one wants to look or feel stupid because they made a dumb buying decision. So it's on you to remove that perceived risk as much as possible, and even to try and reverse it if you can. Let's illustrate this with a couple of examples. So for one, a risk removal would be something like 100% money back guarantee. On the other hand, a risk reversal might be 100% money back guarantee plus you get the product or service even if you ask for your money back. To start off, it's important that you give risk removal or risk reversal a name, since you're definitely going to want it in as much detail as possible to make sure it's perfectly clear and allows an opportunity to land successfully. So let's talk a little bit about the psychology of what's going on with this risk. Risk is an abstract idea. It's a word, a concept. It's very basic, but it's also very important because most people walk through their entire lives not feeling confident that they make good decisions and take actions precisely due to this concept of risk. And unfortunately, we humans seem to have a heightened sense of risk. In fact, most of the people that I've had the pleasure to meet and talk to in life, all of them are more on the lookout for risk than they are for opportunity. In other words, they're always looking at what they can stand to lose, so they're making most of their decisions in their life based on avoiding loss, instead of focusing on moving forward to get gain. They're behaving to move away from losing. Now, this makes sense based on the psychology that we've learned, which says that we humans are twice as motivated to avoid loss as we are to get what we're trying to gain. It's very easy to forget this when you're creating a marketing piece, especially when you're getting down towards the end, where you've been writing copy for hours, or you've been making a video, and you're saying, okay, I got all the points out, I had a great story, I conducted lots of research, I wrote great headlines and copy, and I've been really persuasive. But now, I'm just going to go make the offer and move on. Well, you must remember here that it's exactly at this point where your prospect is feeling the most amped up in the terms of risk, right when they're the most afraid of loss. This is a big thing that you don't want to overlook. Numerous tests, as well as my own experience, have shown me that you dramatically increase your conversion rate by simply offering the right risk removal, risk reversal, or guarantee to your customers. So this area is not a place where you want to skimp out and forget about. This is the place where you really want to put a lot of focus because, again, this is where your prospect is emotionally amped up. It's where they are about to make the decision. For them, it's imminent, and it's the place where they know they're in the most danger. Doing a good job of taking the risk away, or even of the reversing the risk, can mean the difference between making a sale or not making a sale. And remember, it's not just about making that one sale, because making that one sale may mean referrals, repurchases, upselling, and so much more. Focusing on risk removal and reversal, focusing on guarantees, concentrating on this idea of marketing again has a dramatic effect on your sales. To be specific, in recent studies, risk removal and reversal strategies can improve sales by 10, 20, 50, and 100% or even more. So remove risk, reverse it if possible. Next, as you're getting ready to make your offer, your direction to action summarizes the key points of your offer all in one place. So after you've created a powerful marketing message, so it's important to summarize the value of that offer in one place. This allows your prospect to see and understand everything they're getting. To do this, organize this information in bullet form. If your product has several different aspects or features, then list them. If you've got different bonuses you're offering, then list them. If you can talk about the value of the different elements, then put those on the bulleted list. In other words, you want to stack up as much value, and you want to show it to them all in one place. Summarize it all in one place. Translate the value of your product in the result that it delivers. So, as we've learned in marketing psychology, humans aren't very good at comparing and understanding real value of things. Translate the value of your product in the result that it delivers in terms that your customer can understand. So let me give you an example. I have a program that teaches anyone who's interested in learning how to be more productive. Well, while I was writing the sales letter for this and creating a marketing campaign, I asked myself, how can I translate the value of this program, which costs several $100s, into something that someone can make sense of? Because it's hard to estimate what the value of your time is. It's hard to quantify time in terms of dollars and cents. So what I did was I asked, how much does something that's likely to be watched in this video, someone who's likely to be coming to my website, someone who's likely to be reading my sales letter, or likely to be interested in this program, how much money do they make and how much money would they like to make? What exactly are their aspirations in life? Are they overwhelmed? Basically, I really tried to get inside their world, and it turns out the average income in the first world countries, especially in America, is somewhere in the neighborhood of $40,000 to $50,000 a year. This is $20 to $25 an hour. So I said, okay, what makes sense here in terms of money? So instead of talking about, increasing their productivity, which would be easy to do the math and get to the result, it would potentially double their income. I thought about something else. What about savings? What about savings, what you're already losing? So I said, what if you're going through this program saved you an hour a day? That it gave you back to you what you're getting paid $25 for. An hour a day times 5 days a week is 5 hours times 4 weeks a month is 20 hours. And so I said, if this program only saves you 1 hour a day, that's $500 a month worth of your time that you would get back. Over a year, that's $6,000. And that's just in the first year. And that's just the time that you're getting back. It's not even counting the increase in productivity you're going to have. So there's an example of translating the value of time. Something that I'm charging several $100s for into real tangible savings of thousands and thousands of dollars. It turns it into a real no-brainer. So how can you translate the value of what you're offering in terms your prospects can understand? The best way are by translating value through money that's gained or saved, or time that's gained or saved. You can ask yourself how much it would be worth to prevent a particular program or to get a certain result. Whatever it is that you're selling can be translated into terms that your prospect can understand, simply and easily. You need to do it because, again, humans aren't very good at comparing and understanding the value of things. Keep adding value bonuses and other incentives to this offer. The more value added to your offer, the more motivation you build in your prospect. Continue to stack value bonuses and other incentives you offer, so it can become so tempting that your customer can't resist. My good friend Dean Jackson and I have this term that we call the clank of value. Imagine that you've got an old set of metal scales and a balance. And on one side of the scales you have cost and risk. And on the other side of scales you have your product or service. In other words, the value that you offer. Now the money is the cost and the risk is very heavy. Anytime you're asking someone to invest their money and time, to invest their hard-earned cash, and to take a risk doing it, where they might look or feel stupid, that's certainly going to be very heavy for them. And what you want to do metaphorically is to keep stacking value on the other side of the scale until it goes clank. Remember that it's a metal scale and it's a balance. So on the other side that's getting heavy, the metal will clank down on the surface that it's sitting on. So you want to have the clank of value. You want to make it where there's so much value that your prospective customer eventually slaps himself on the head and says, I would have to be stupid if I didn't do this. If I at least don't try it out, since there's so much value here and there's so little risk. I have to do it. I have to at least try it out. Now, it doesn't occur to most business owners, especially new business owners, to stack more and more value on the side of the scale with their product. This is because we're usually in love with our product or service. We think it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, and we think to ourselves that why would anyone else ever need to be convinced to buy our product or service? The value is so obvious. Well, this isn't so for your customer because they don't know you. They don't know your product or service. They haven't been there for the years that it took to develop this thing. They haven't been around for all the trials and tribulations and testing so they could deliver it at a great price that you're offering it all at. All they see is that you want their money. In most cases, this is literally all they see. However, if you keep stacking that value and adding more and more, eventually you'll get to the point where a customer says, okay, all right, I got to try this thing out. So this is the clank of value. Keep adding value, bonuses, savings, promotions, and other incentives. And it's probably obvious by now, I've done a lot of work in the information product industry. One of the great things about information products is you can stack bonuses for the information products that don't cost you very much to create. So if you sell really lumpy tangible products, for instance, if you sell golf clubs, you can still stack bonuses. Or you can't stack bonuses. You can create a video golf course or interviews with golf pros that are worth hundreds of dollars, and you can offer these as extra value. And you can also, just offering that golf course or that training program can make all the difference. You can increase your sales dramatically. So keep adding value bonuses and other incentives to the offer. Now, when it comes time to ask your customer to buy, you must give them specific directions and ask them to buy. Never assume that your customer will know what you want or how to buy it from you. Give specific details, specific instructions, directions, along with a request to buy now. Now, most people are uncomfortable when it comes to money in the first place. Most of us have grown up in homes where money was, a weird topic. There's a lot of conflict, fighting, shame, guilt, embarrassment, and those strange emotions around money. And a lot of our parents didn't know how to deal with it, and we kind of got some of that programming embedded in us. Your customers probably grew up in homes similar to that as well, and they probably feel weird about money as well. So you have to remember you're weird about money. They're weird about money. We're all weird about money. Most of us do not know what it takes to intuitively just say, hey, buy this thing. There's how to buy it, and make sure you buy it now. In direct marketing, tests have shown that when you give specific directions and ask your customers to buy now, they will buy more often. And yes, I mean at the end of your sales and marketing pitch, you can literally tell them to click the button below that says Add to Cart, and then to complete the one-page order form and click Finish My Order. And then you'll automatically be taken to your product, or it will be shipped to you. You can tell them all these specific right-to-the-point steps and show them exactly how they will give their money to you and how you will get their product in return. Whatever your process is, tell them how to do it and ask them to do it. Now, I mentioned my buddy, by the way, and he has a fun little thought experiment that he talks about. It basically says to imagine just for a second that you had a magic wand, and you can wave this magic wand, and the person that you wave the magic wand over will end up doing anything you told them to do. Now imagine that you have a prospect customer in the front of you and you wave that wand. What would you tell them to do? What would you tell your prospective customer to do? And if you ask customer owners this, they will say things like, well, I'd ask them to get my product and that's it. Now, if you think about it, many people wouldn't know how to get your product or purchase page because they haven't been educated on how to do that. And you'd be shocked at how non-intuitive most websites are when it comes to real customers who aren't computer geniuses, who didn't design a page, who don't know how to order things online, or real customers who are watching a TV program that are not intuitive enough to pick up the phone and call. And they don't know how to contact you. They won't do it. They won't take action simply because they weren't told how. So wave your magic wand. Tell them step by step what they have to do in order to purchase, in order to contact you. Explain the process in simple detail. When you wave your magic wand, which you can do in a sales letter, in a video, or in a marketing piece, always make sure that you give them the exact step-by-step, play-by-play of what you want them to do, and they buy now. Leave nothing to the imagination. Make action steps crystal clear. Look through purchase processes and try to find the ways that a customer could misunderstand it, and trust me, they will. Eliminate anything that's ambiguous, confusing, and unclear to the point where a child would understand it instantly. Make your order button even bigger. Make the headline that says where your order is even bigger. Make a picture of your product and make it bigger. Stupid-proof your process, and you will find that you will make more sales simply because more customers will be able to order from you. And remember the elements of your marketing. Work together to create action. Your marketing document, website, letter, video, etc. should be all presented in a customer, all as one thing. It's one experience to them, even though they built a piecemeal. They're seeing it as one thing. It's critical that you design and refine your marketing communications for continuity, so that from one customer's perspective, they all fit together. So following this marketing message formula, headlines that promise a benefit, set up the problem, the challenge, or the opportunity. Tell your story that builds credibility and trust. Introduce your solution or result in the form of a product. Build value, add bonuses, and frame a price. Remove the risk, reverse it ideally. Summarize your offer all in one place so they can experience the clank of value, and direct action now. Give them specific steps on how to buy right now and request that they do. And now let's do an exercise, the marketing message formula here. Okay, so you should be looking at the exercise. Just get a pen and paper, okay? Create an outline of your marketing message using this formula, then flash it out to create your entire advertisement, video, website, or other marketing piece. So again, number one, the headline that promises a big benefit. Number two, set up the problem, the challenge, or the opportunity. Talk about your challenges. Talk about the opportunities involved. Talk about the result, the benefit, basically what the outcome is. Get into it. Number three, tell the story that builds credibility and trust among your prospects. In other words, tell your conversion story. Number four, introduce your solution or result in the form of a product. Number five, build value, add bonuses, and then frame your price. Number seven, summarize your offer. Make a one-page list of bullets with all of the value items that they get so they can see it all in one place. And then number eight, direct them to action now. Give specific action steps and request that they buy in a professional, direct language. To use this, create a skeleton, create an outline for your marketing message, and then from there, flesh out each of these pieces out using the tools that you've learned in this program. So let's use this structure and outline your marketing piece, and I will see you on the next lesson. Take care.